So we've made changes and we've done corrections, and now why did we work with tracking these changes? So back on page 1, let's put in an insertion point into the story, and we're going to go to Edit, Edit in Story Editor, so we can look at the changes that we've made. And you'll see that the changes, things that we deleted are struck through. The item that we made the change to is highlighted in yellow. And we're going to go to Window, Editorial, and Track Changes. We can here accept the changes or reject them. So we're going to pick up the next change, which was Community Arts Council and striking out City Parks and Recs. But we really don't want that because they're announcing the change from the old name to the new name. So our first item we really want to reject. So we can now select the reject on that and select next change, which is to change it back to this City Parks and Recs Guild. And again, we're going to reject the change so that it no longer has the strike through in it. Click the next change and you'll see all of the next story where the changes have been made, and we can accept all the changes in the story now because we've corrected that. Accept all changes, say OK, and all of the changes have been made. Now you can close up all of the story editors as well as the Track Changes panel and save your file. Next, we're going to export the color managed PDF file, and we're going to start by looking at some color proofing. Choose View, Proof Setup, Working CMYK. Choose View, Proof Colors if it's not already selected. And you'll notice there was a color shift as soon as we looked at that. This is called soft proofing. You can soft proof to almost any profile just by choosing View, Proof Setup, and Custom. Look through the layout and you can look for the changes. Toggle the Proof Colors options on and off. Turn off the Proof Colors option and then choose File, Export. Deselect the Use Indesign document name as the output file and change the name to CAC Brochure Print and choose the Adobe PDF Print option. For the preset, choose Press Quality. In Marks and Bleeds, check Crop Marks. Change the offset value to 1/8 of an inch and check the option to use the document bleed settings. In Output, choose Convert to Destination for the color conversion and choose Don't Include Profiles for the profile inclusion policy. This is where your book has an error. You're going to select the Ink Manager, but according to the book, they said that the client wanted the silver as the spot color. However, the client specified the 8863 color as being the spot color to use. We are going to convert the silver to the gray that we did, and so we will change that from a spot color here to being a CMYK color and select OK. We can then select Export. You can take a look at the file that you created, then close it and save your InDesign file. For stage 2, we're going to create an interactive PDF. So we're going to start by defining the interactive bookmarks. We're going to go to Layout and select Table of Contents Styles. We're creating a new style. This is going to be called PDF Contents, and delete what's in the title. For other styles, you're going to select the heading style and select Add. Then find the subhead style and add that. Click the More Options button on the right side. Subhead should still be selected in the list. Change the level field to 1. At the bottom of the dialog box, make sure you have Create PDF Bookmarks checked, and then select OK. And again, OK to create the table of contents style. Go to page 4 and then add a new page. With the new page active, choose Layout, Table of Contents. Make sure the PDF Contents is selected for the Table of Contents style, and then select OK. Click the loaded text cursor on the empty page, and that's going to compile the table of contents. Go to Window, Interactive, and select Bookmarks. To make the bookmarks work, we're going to have to define hyperlinks for them. Go to the bottom of page 4 and let's zoom in near the bottom of the text frame. Go to Window, Interactive, Hyperlinks to select that panel. Highlight the web address at the end of the text and click the New Hyperlinks button at the bottom of the Hyperlinks panel. URL should be selected in the Link To, and you should be able to leave everything as it is and click OK. Highlight the email address. Don't pick up the period after the ORG, and click the New Hyperlink button again. In Link To, choose Email, and for the subject line put in RECAC Spring Brochure. Then you can select OK. You'll see that that is going to come up with a next. Back in Window and Interactive again, you're going to bring up Buttons and Forms. It might be already up with your Bookmarks panel. Select the empty frame above the name label. You'll need your selection tool for this. In Buttons and Forms, under Type, select Text field. Change the field name to Name and check that it is required. Do the same thing for the address. The city, the state, the zip code, and the email. Little icons that look like text fields will show up in each of those boxes to indicate that that's what they have been changed to. Select the little square in front of the Yes text box, and in the Buttons and Forms panel, choose Radio button from the type. The name field should be changed to Add to Mailing List. Click away from the button to deselect it, and then click to select it again. With normal on selected, in your Layers panel, expand the normal on layer, select the circle, and in your Properties panel, change the fill and stroke to the Pantone 8863C colors. Then with that selected, change the normal to off. At the bottom of the panel, select Required and change the button value field to Yes. Select the frame next to How did you learn about CAC? In the Buttons and Forms, make this a combo box and change the name field to Source. In the List Items, type in Direct Mail and click the Add button. Add to the list by adding 4 more items: city, employee, social media, email, and friend or family. Check the Sort Items option and add Select One as another item. The list is sorted alphabetically, so this new item is added to the bottom of the list. However, the first item in the list appears the menu in the exported PDF. Because you want this item to appear at the top of the list, you have to manually rearrange it. So deselect Sort Items, select the Select One item and drag it to the top of the list in the panel. Next, select the empty frame next to the email label. In the Buttons and Forms panel, choose Checkbox in the Type menu. Change the name to Send Email and Normal Off as the default state. Then select the box next to USPS. Type on that is also a radio button. This one is called Send Mail, Normal Off. In the Buttons and Forms Options menu, select Sample Buttons and Forms. Drag an instance of the button that is labeled 124. So you'll have to scroll down to that and position it down in the corner at the bottom of the page. You can collapse that. In the Buttons and Forms, change the object's name to Submit, and at the bottom of the panel, turn off the printable item. Open the Event menu in the panel. Make sure On Release or Tap is selected. Select the existing action in the list, which is Go to URL, and delete it. Click the Add New action. Choose Submit Form. Click away from the button to deselect it.